Now, for centuries, men have been judged by their facial hair, indeed. Some think it's central to a man's virility and associate a big beard with virtues like wisdom, strength, even high social status. For others, it's part of their belief and a tenet of their faith.
And don't forget there are cultures where facial hair is associated with poor hygiene. Well, in England this week, as we put all that aside, as the annual Beard and Moustache Championships Awards, prizes for the finest facial hair around. Here's Ryan Clemenston with the story.
The world's hairiest men chin stroke and pose as competitors gather in Bath in southwest England.
So we're allowed style.
Welcome to the British Beard and Moustache Championships. We're at the Handlebar Club, which, as the name might suggest, is a club for gentlemen with large moustaches. It was set up more than 65 years ago in a London theatre, and its legacy has grown long and thick. Competitors pay for the privilege to enter the championships. It's all because they want to obtain the ultimate beard bragging rights. Oh, and a trophy. There are different categories for the fuzzy-faced competitors. Categories of moustache include natural, English, handlebar and freestyle. Partial beard categories are natural goatee, musketeer, freestyle and sideburns.
From Brisbane in Australia.
For full beards, competitors have to battle it out in the natural full with styled moustache and freestyle categories. This year there's a new category called business class beard. It's described as the city gent look. Ooh. The Bath Pavilion draws a large crowd of supporters and cheering fans for this most unusual spectacle. Competitors came from across the country, but there was also a strong international contingent from places like America, Australia, Italy, Norway and Sweden.
Everyone I meet is really eccentric, interesting, lots of different people from different walks of life. It's fantastic.
There's a great sense of fun and frivolity at the championship, a friendly rivalry where like-minded people can share their passion and express their eccentricity. However, the competition isn't for the shy or retiring because entrants need to show off and engage the audience on stage. It's probably why so many were dressed in flamboyant outfits to match their fabulous facial hair. There were also various props and banners that were used to charm and excite the crowd in an attempt to showcase their facial fuzz. A lot of primping and preening goes on behind closed doors before the competition takes place. But competitors are barred from using extensions or hairpins, although wax and hairspray are allowed in some categories. As well as awarding prizes for the finest fuzz going, the championships are also staged to encourage and celebrate standards of excellence in the growth, design and presentation of facial hair.
I'll tell you what, that puts some brothers to shame.
It does indeed. I said there's some serious facial hair going on there. Well, you know what? We've got some here in the studio. Joining us now are two gentlemen who took part in the championships, putting themselves forward with their rather smart-looking moustaches and beards. Good evening, Jimmy and Giovanni.
Indeed.
Welcome
to the show.
Jimmy Bareface.
Yeah.
Bareface.
Bareface.
Indeed. Jimmy Bareface.
How's it growing?
Oh, very good. How's it growing?
Long
And
thick.
Listen, I mean, you know, lots of people associate beard with, you know, some are faith background, others are just wacky. In some cultures, we mentioned earlier, you know, it's just not good hygiene. What made you decide to go for this?
Well, I was with my brother. We were entering something called a Spartan race, which is one of these mud obstacle type races.
Yes, of course.
And at the time we thought, well, if we're going to do it, let's go and look like Spartans.
Wow.
So we started growing the beards and we did the race. And then afterwards thought, yeah, it's going to stay. Let's keep it and just keep growing it.
And I mean, yours is not just the beard as well. You've got an extremely handsome, curly moustache there as well.
Fantastic.
On a realistic level, like on a day-to-day level, because that's not something you can take off. I mean, that is something that's fixed, it's there, you know, and it's not going anywhere. In terms of day-to-day life, going to work, mixing friends and family, everyone's accepting it, or funny stares wherever you go?
Generally some odd looks. Most people are, you know, I get some people laughing as they walk past, which is always amusing, but yeah, it makes people smile, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Giovanni, I mean, it is the in thing. Beards are the in thing at the moment.
Beards
Yes,
and
they are.
moustaches.
But moustaches of that level is something a bit unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've been growing it for 15 years, so I'm not that
15
kind of
years.
fashion thing for me, but yeah.
Wow.
And
why
I
did you
noticed-
decide to grow it? Well, I mean, he's
It's
obviously
just laziness.
But you've obviously gone round the rest of your face.
But we were looking at that clip there from the Beard and Moustache Championships. Now, you beat the chap that we saw, one of them, you beat him into second place.
Yeah.
So you're second for very good. But you got thrown out.
Yeah, you know, they don't get me.
They don't get you, huh?
They said it was too natural.
Yeah, too natural.
There
Wow.
you go. You see, are you going to re-enter? Are you going to come up with some new
Yeah,
scheme?
every time, different clothes.
I mean, as Naeem was saying, beards are very trendy at the moment. I mean, everybody, you know, I mean, I started growing my beard about 15 years ago.
It's a good beard.
And it wasn't very trendy then.
It's just a little kid's beard compared to you
It
guys,
is,
I'll
yeah.
tell you.
But Jimmy, I mean, you know, now every celebrity, or you know, pop stars, rock stars, Hollywood stars, sports people, rugby players, everyone's got a beard at the moment. Facial hair is really making a comeback, isn't it?
A big comeback. But I mean, people often ask us, you know, what's going to happen if the bubble bursts? And beards have been growing forever. You know, absolutely forever. So, you know, trends come and go, and there might be, you know, a slight decline in people having beards, but there's always going to be beard wearers. You know?
What's it like walking into a competition room with that number of guys and you think, wow, that looks good, that's interesting? You know, what's it like seeing other beard fanatics, or moustache fanatics for that matter?
Not really. I mean, I get excited with other people, you know, because they always, and especially if someone is really into it. So you can smell them when you enter the competition. First thing you get, oh, what do you use? Oh, that's spicy. Oh, yeah, that's smoky. Oh, that's whatever.
You see.
So it's kind of, you know, involves every single sense of, you know,
Ladies,
you can
on that
touch
note,
it,
there's
you can smell it.
ladies,
you
hold on, what do the ladies think? Ladies over there, you've kept very quiet over there. What do we think about
Is it
all
your
this
cup of
facial
tea?
hair?
It's
Diplomatic.
They're looking at each other. It's interesting.
impressive. It's
Thank you.
impressive.
Well, look,
Thanks, we'll take that.
we've got something very special coming up because we've got our homeopath with us, and you know, we're going to do an experiment tonight with the two of you. So stay with us. Brilliant.
I'm a
Absolutely
little
brilliant.
worried now.
Now, 30 countries and 120 competitions show their skills. Competitors show their skills at a world championship that is truly one of a kind.
You see, it's not all about hustling with opponents and tussling and tackling them down. We aren't talking about teams chasing balls around aimlessly or aiming missiles at targets. We'll let Sadia Chaudhry explain the idea.
Bright sunshine and lots of space. That's what you find as competitors at this tournament ready up their chainsaws and set their bulldozers on standby. This is the World Logging Championship, and we're at the finals here of the 2014 tournament. The 120 participants are professionals who fell trees for a living. They're all forestry workers and come here to be tested on 5 disciplines at the event. These are felling a tree to a predetermined mark, changing the chain against the clock, and cutting the limbs of a tree trunk. There's also this incredible task, cutting discs out from the tree trunk. In one part of the competition, you have to cut cleanly and straight from above and under the trunk, and in another, the job is to cut a precision disc. It all begs the question, why? And I bet some of you are thinking about the environment and wasting paper and sustainable forests. Well, the idea isn't just to fell trees. The competition is all about foresters and lumberjacks to show, in a fascinating way, just how challenging forestry work is. The competition started in 1970 and used to be held annually. It now takes place every 2 years, and this week's tournament marks its 31st. The town of Brienz here in Switzerland hosts it, and each time trades in its usual artist studios for an open-air arena. Instead of carving knives, it's chainsaws that are the centre of attention. A combined score from all of the challenges are then rated in an overall standings before one person is named the winner of the Logging World Cup. Living the Life can tell you that this year's champion is Juli Huber, who took the crown for Germany, while Switzerland and Italy came in respectively second and third. All of the competitions are held in this spacious open-air arena near the Foresters Lodge of Brienz, located directly on the lake. So, as well as gaming and enthusiasm, spectators are treated to the luscious surroundings of the tournament, a space like no other, where the peaceful landscape is only interrupted by the occasional timber! It's not all fun and games. The tournament is taken extremely seriously by the competitors, who spend weeks carefully planning what tools and machinery they need so that they can, touch wood, get that all-important advantage over everyone else.
That's a man's job,
It is.
isn't it? Logging down trees.
It's a man's job to
skinning
maintain
them,
his beard as well.
Doing that. It is indeed.
And on
isn't
that
it?
note,
I think you look great.
what do you-
Lumberjack shirt.
You actually make beard maintenance products.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Handmade?
Yeah, handmade.
You
bare
must
face.
have had a boom in the market recently.
Yeah, I mean, we started before, it went big, and yeah, we were
What kind of stuff, what do you use?
So a mixture of different blends of oils, so apricot coconut oil, argan oil, and jojoba, and then different essential oils.
Well, we've got our own concoction. We've got our
Sabra,
expert here
indeed.
today. Sabra, let's see what we can do here. We have organic virgin coconut oil. Have a little mix of that. Go on. you
Extra
do that.
virgin.
We only about...
And what are you mixing it with? So
With
that's
some rosemary essential
rosemary.
Okay, rosemary.
oil, which is
wow.
a hair stimulant.
Okay,
and
hair stimulant. I need some of that. I could use that on
What
top.
can do with that?
I could use that on top.
And you use products as well to
No,
maintain?
no, usually no. I don't use
No,
it.
no.
So,
I could tell
Jimmy,
he's-
you're
I'm not the
obviously
best customer.
Giovanni, I could
So you're
tell
not
you
good.
are au naturel, aren't you?
Au naturel,
that's
yeah,
the
exactly.
thing with you, you see.
fantastic. So how many drops are you putting in here?
Probably a couple of drops, that's it.
Couple of
Okay,
drops.
here we
Okay.
go.
So it's,
Okay,
it's
Jimmy,
supposed to be sort of like...
Are you going
lean
to go
forward?
with some of this here?
Let's go for it.
I'll put a little bit in your hand. Go.
Wow,
You just
okay.
Go on, there you go.
rub it in and then...
And
Rub
what
it
do
in.
you do?
It's
Let's
very
see.
natural. I'll tell you what.
If it falls off.
In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's
If it
go.
falls off, game's over.
Oh dear, very good. I think I'm just going to. I'm going to be a little bit more modest than you.
It's supposed
Giovanni,
to...
Giovanni, you want to try that?
Yeah,
See if it's
why
any good
not?
for you?
It's very natural.
It's very natural.
I'd like to offer you some, but your beard's just not up
It's
to
just
it,
not
man.
for
It's
it.
just not.
Okay, can you put it in your hair as well?
It's not
You
enough.
can put it in
Yeah,
your
you
hair.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
actually-
might put some on my hair.
On a serious note, I
You
actually
need
use
some.
this as moisturiser
Yeah.
on my head and my face.
Fantastic.
I use
How
coconut
does it
oil.
feel? Giovanni, you said that you
I'm
don't
ready for
use
the
any
roast.
product. How is it?
You're ready for what?
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Fantastic. Well, look.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being with us. Brilliant guest tonight. Really loved it. We'll get your hands washed in a minute. Fantastic.
I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
sadly, that's the end of the show for tonight. A massive thank you to our guest tonight.